Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Spencer. I'm the vocalist from A War Within, and you are listening to the very first audio commentary for the very first track of our album, Panic Euphoria. Better Off Dead was recorded in Phoenix, Arizona, November 4th through November 9th with producer Matt Good. It didn't actually release until November 1st, 2019, so a whole year. I think I actually started writing it before, maybe early 2018, I don't really recollect. It had a way more angsty vibe. I really wanted to write something that was like very, very profane. The original title and the original hook of the song was No One Gives a Fuck About Us. But since we had the manager at the time, he's like, don't be so negative with your writing, be more positive. We knew that as we were writing this first song that we were going to start writing this next fourth album that would be Panic Euphoria, and we wanted to start having it be a unified theme since this would be the first album with me as the sole vocalist. And we really wanted it to center around a central idea. I wanted to write everything that made sense to me from a personal aspect as well as have a theme, and I wanted the theme to be about life and death. With that, I wanted it to be more of a positive side. At least starting this album, definitely I wanted the first song to be more of a positive side. So instead of being no one gives a fuck about us, we wanted to be Better Off Dead. The lyrics of this song are really kind of centralized about how either the music industry or just life in general, the world. I faced a lot of hardships, especially in 2016, and basically about how the universe just wants to stop and almost ultimately end your life through any which way it can. Little bits here and there can really help tear you down as a person. And I felt like I needed to write an anthem of a song that basically says, fuck you. It sounds like you want me to be better off dead, but I'm gonna tell you that you can't. I'm never gonna stop. I'm never gonna give up. But I wanted it to be the anthem of overcoming the difficulties of how much I've grown in the past since the last album we wrote. It was definitely a change of pace. Being the sole vocalist, it was a change of pace with basically expanding my writing. And I wanted to use this song to set the stage of what was to come, to be a very hard rock and somewhat modern sound, but also be angsty and personal to me on a lyrical level. Let me talk a little bit about Matt Good. I've been a fan of Matt Good for a while. I knew about him from being in his band From First to Last, which I saw them on tour in 2005 and actually got to meet him. It's such a funny story. But anyways, so I knew of him and From First to Last, and he was also the guitarist in Drugs. We were on the Hard Feelings tour with Bless the Fall and The Word Alive, and his manager happened to be the promoter of the show. And so our manager hooked up with him and set up this recording date to pretty much be like the month after the tour was over. I was super stoked just because I've been a fan of From First to Last for a long time. And I knew he was working with Asking Alexandria, and he was working with Sleeping with Sirens and all these bigger bands. And I was like, damn, it's gonna be nice to work with like a top producer to help us develop this sound. So yeah, it was basically a dream come true to work with Matt Good. Since its release, this song has hit 150K streams on Spotify. Also for this album, we plan to do a music video for every song and have every song release the first day of the month every month, starting with November, even though that didn't really hold the case completely, but we pretty much tried to stay on point as far as releasing music. The music video was actually cut in both Roy's house and at a historic church called St. Patrick in Toledo, Ohio. Shout out to Roy's dad for helping us build the coffin. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. The plan from the music video was to kind of just symbolize us breaking through, and we wanted a beautiful place to kind of set up because the premise of the video almost was like a funeral, but a rebirth. Again, playing off the life and death mentality. Shout out to my wife for helping us shoot the video. The pieces in the music video that we wanted to really wrap around the lyrics were the ropes. If you notice, the ropes were pretty much constant throughout. We wanted the ropes to symbolize just being held back, being pulled away, being pulled into the darkness, being pulled into the depths. It was definitely a very sad time in my life, coming across trying to make myself a successful musician and just trying to be happy with life and trying to push forward into this new sound. The band was kind of divided, and it was basically splitting into just me and my drummer, who is Roy, by the way, if you don't know who our drummer is. It was basically the first opportunity that we could be honest with both the music and the music video. And we wanted to make it seem like we were changing from start to finish. That explains the whole premise of starting in a dark place with dark clothes on and ending up with lighter clothes and vice versa. I wanted them to play off each other. So if we were starting clean, we were going to put this sheen of ourselves into ourselves and be reborn in the coffin. A coffin is usually a place place you get put to rest after you die. We wanted to tell the story that we weren't actually dead yet, but even though the world seems to want you dead, that you shouldn't give up. That's the message we really tried to send with the song. And that's why we put the color change in there, we put the coffin, we put the ropes. Everything is tying you into trying to get you to quit, trying to get you to commit suicide, or just trying to give up on the things you love the most. We wanted this song to be the anthem for you not to do that. While shooting the music video, we definitely had some struggles. Again, shout out to Roy's dad for building the coffin, because we knew that we wanted to put water in it. Basically, we wanted to put a whole bunch of stuff in it, but we knew that the most valuable thing that we were going to put into it was water, because the coffin also had to be see-through, because we planned the shots around the sides as well as the top. We wanted to basically have it standing up. We were gonna make this be as cinematic music video as we humanly could possibly make at a hometown budget all by ourselves. And we knew that it had to hold water, so thankfully Roy's dad, who's somewhat of an engineer of beautiful things, built us this coffin, and we were able to pull it off. We even used it for a show. It's actually it's cracked now, but only at the seam. So it made it past the music video, and when we used it for a show, it finally cracked. If you haven't seen it, we did a promo where I was underwater and we were trying to hype up the release of the song and make it very interesting. And I'm underwater, and then I have my eyes closed, and then I open my eyes and we have a sound effect that kind of amplifies the drama. That was a very trying time for us, just being in the coffin with the water. I don't remember exactly when we shot this music video, but I remember it being pretty fucking cold. And since there was 4 of us at the time, we definitely each got in, and as each one of us came out of the coffin, the water of the coffin, the water got dirtier and dirtier and dirtier, because we didn't really have a specific way of emptying the coffin. So we were basically stuck with the water that was going to be in it. And it was pretty freezing. Roy almost choked to death. And it was just pretty much disgusting to bathe in somebody else's juices. I'll just say that. So if you haven't been able to check out our song Better Off Dead, because maybe you missed it, we were releasing each single throughout the course of the album each month. Go check it out. And remember to take away that the song is about overcoming death and being reborn, and not to be forced into doing something that doesn't make you happy and feel fake. Hope you guys have enjoyed the commentary for Better Off Dead, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you so much for listening.